welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are doing a Quinn game, and Quinn is over here, but I wanted to show you this guy. Athena wins lolbog? What the hell is wrong with you if you take a name like that? Anyway, he did disconnect and now he reconnected, so that's why I kind of was watching the names, because it seemed that there were a lot of people disconnected. Well, there were 3 people disconnected, and yeah, there's the number 2, but I don't know if the number 3 actually connected in the end. Anyhow, we are going boots and potions here, which is currently not regarded as the best solution anymore to, well, basically do anything in the early game, because well, you can get a lot of other solutions. I still like boots and potions, but many of you know that. Especially against champions with skill shots. So it kind of depends now. It used to be that it was the best thing to go for. I mean, in Season 2, Season 1, boots and potions were by far the best to go for. It is, however, currently not Season 2 anymore. So currently they nerfed the boots and they upgraded some other items, or they introduced some other items. So it might actually be better to go something else. But as I said, I still like them against people with skill shots, and yeah, that's just the way it works. I mean, now you have like items that you can get because you like them, not because you have to, because it's just the strongest item. Anyhow, it seems that yeah, we are getting some damage done here, and a nice stun there, and we can actually do some damage here. But oh, Terry goes in way too far there. But we are still safe. So anyhow, so far he's been tagging up some minions with the oh, that's this one, right? With the marks, and yeah, picking off those last hits. So really taking an advantage here by just, well, being in lane in the first place. And that of course is great to have. And early game, yeah, you really need to have that advantage. Look at these low minions. I don't know why Corky is not picking up those minions. Oh, finally he does. But yeah, it's a shame you can't deny in this game, because that would have been so good in this case. He would have had such a huge advantage. Now it's 6-9, and yeah, that really doesn't put him too far ahead. Although Corky is super low, so they might actually just be able to kill Corky here, or Corky has to get out of the lane. Both things are good. But yeah, with only boots of speed, no potions at all anymore. So I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he has no potions anymore and is still such low health. Did he tank the entire blue buff or what? They have a jungler, right? Yeah. They have Vi as a jungler. Vi can pretty much pick up that blue buff on her own. She doesn't even need help. But then if you have someone help, let it be the support. It doesn't matter where the support is in lane or not in the early game. Because in the early game, like now, you can't really kill anyone, because there are too many minions, and minions do too much damage in the early game. Well, they still do the same amount of damage in the late game, but yeah. It's all relative, of course. If you have low health and low damage, the damage from the minions is relatively high. On the other hand, if you have high damage and high armor, magic resist, health, then the damage from the minions is kind of, doesn't really matter too much. Anyhow, currently have a 1-1-1 setup. The Volt, personally, my personal favorite. Although, yeah, I'm not actually sure how useful it is. They said in the champion spotlight that you can use it to close gaps as well as create distance, but yeah, I'm not actually sure what the utility on that is in reality. I mean, closing gaps, no, not so much, because you're still going to be pretty far away from your opponent, and if they're running away, that is pretty hard to still catch up with. But yeah, the slow comes in. Yeah, it's a 2-second slow, but it's not 50% all the way. So yeah, you do get a little bit of a bonus from that. The creating a gap, I think, is the only real application there, but that only works against melee champions, and that makes that he's, or yeah, well, not he, she's better in the top lane then, I'm not saying that she is better in the top lane, but that skill would be better used in the top lane, where you have a lot of melee champions. And if they close the gap and you can open up the gap again, then yeah, you get a big advantage out of that. So it seems that Corky went home after that kill. Not the greatest start of all time, but yeah, well, 1 kill is not too bad. And Corky should be behind a little bit, yeah, by about 5 minions. So it's not a big deal, but it is definitely a big enough deal to to try to keep it that way. Anyhow, it seems that we're getting tagged up once again, and yeah, the Volt saving us a little bit of damage once again. And well, it's just all kind of we're getting there. It's farming for the early game. That's AD carry style, and that is very unfortunate. That's why in the tournaments we see so many ganks on that bottom lane, because if you can get a big difference between or if you can gank, for example, this red team a few times, because they are overextending quite a bit. And they may have a ward out, but still, if you have a good jungler like Rammus, well, no, a good ganker I should say, like Rammus, because there are many good junglers, but not all of them are good gankers. But if you have a good ganker like Rammus, he doesn't really care too much about the wards. He can just powerball through it and just hit them anyway, because you don't have the time against Rammus to actually retreat if he ganks properly. So anyhow, it seems that Corky, however, is not getting ganked. But if you can keep him out of the lane for a bit, even at the expense of the farm of your jungler, you can, yeah, you can get a lot of things done with that. You can use that to your advantage quite a bit, because you can actually get more farm than your opponent, and that's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter how much farm you have; it matters that you have more farm than your opponent. And in the end, or in the end game, well, it will always be that way. It will always be that that one of the two gets more farm than the others, I should say. So it's between the AD carries then, and yeah, the one that gets the most farm normally gets the most kills, and vice versa. Because once you get ahead, you get further ahead. That's how this game works. So anyhow, yeah, the heightened senses, if he used that earlier, he could have spotted, or he could have I guess, that jungler coming in. But yeah, it's a very, very long cooldown, 50-second cooldown. That is an insanely long cooldown. And that means that you're going to not be able to use it. I mean, now he should use it, and he is going to use it. Come on, use it. See whether there is a jungler there. Oh no. It was just the Tarek that went into the bush. That works as well. And of course we are, yeah, a little bit too low. I wanted to say it before she died, but yeah, well, a little bit too low. And yeah, the bird mode, I don't know what it's called, but let's call it bird mode. Yeah, that actually makes you way quicker, but it still doesn't allow you to get out. Wow, they actually got a kill on both of them. Huh, that's cute. So the gank in top lane, and we're going to gank back, but since we have no clue how much HP this guy has. Yeah. By the way, there is a mushroom here, so she could see where he wasn't. Did I think that? No. And oh my god. Holy crap, great gank from Vi. Vi is of course one of those good gankers. She's not really fast enough to dodge two wards, but yeah, if you don't ward like this guy, then yeah, it's really nothing the problem. She can just walk in and kill you from afar. Ah, so we do get the slow on him. Wow, 3 mushrooms, really? And he is still... No, he's going to not escape. Okay, well, at least that is good. But yeah, having 3 mushrooms on 1 champion... that really doesn't do anything. Mushrooms, the damage from the mushroom doesn't stack, the slow doesn't stack. So yeah, you should watch out with someone like Teemo that doesn't have stackable effects, that you don't lose all of those. And it is probably just Teemo. I can't think of anyone else that where you need to look out for that. But yeah, Teemo has those mushrooms, and the mushrooms don't stack, and it is really crappy if you do hit someone with like 4 or 5 mushrooms, which we have seen in the past, because people just don't take more damage from it. And it used to be the case, by the way. It used to be that it had an explosive damage as well, which was the damage when you first hit the mushroom. But that no longer is the case. And look at this. Come on, walk in here. Walk in here. No, kill them. Kill them. You have the vision. There you go. And now he needs to get out. She needs to get out. But the bird is so strong. The bird actually gets the distance. And oh, yeah. We saw that. We saw him walk in here. So she should have been over here just to make sure that she wouldn't get caught by that first blast. And that's why you have this ward out. So you need to keep an eye out for that. And wow, this might actually be a kill for Rammus, but no. Not enough levels in the taunt. We know he's level 8, it should be level 4 by now. Yeah, I don't know. It should be longer than that. But maybe just displayed strangely. So Vi is over here, she did run into something. I don't know. So let's solve the mystery here. 80 HP, 90 magic resist. Oh, he has more magic resist if he puts on that shield, of course. But yeah, it's probably magic penetration in his. Yeah, that's what I figure. Probably magic penetration in his runes and masteries. Yeah, I do have a full armor penetration page. It has only armor penetration on everything. Well, not on everything, I guess, but it has a lot of flat armor penetration, and it works out really well for champions like well, like AD carries, but also for champions that you don't expect it to work. Yeah, that just do a whole lot of damage then, because it's all about the early game damage then. And wow, nicely done. You do pick up a double kill there. But yeah, the armor penetration and magic penetration can be very, very strong if you use it correctly in the early game. And in the late game, of course, once people start to stack up magic resist, and armor, you need to buy some percentage, and that makes your runes, yeah, almost useless. But yeah, it is still a good way to go. Armor penetration, definitely an important thing to have. And let's see if we have any armor penetration here. Yeah, 13 with 8%. And of course 12% lifesteal from our Doran's blades and such. And 12% over here. So yeah, I haven't seen this one in quite a while as a first item. So the first item of the total, basically. Because most people don't really like it as the first item. Oh, Rammus, get out, just get out. Oh, no. Oh. Rammus did not have a flash available, apparently. We can't see that, can we? No, we can't. This is not spectator mode, so a lot of the functionality is just blocked. But yeah, they lost 2 champions for the dragon. That's kind of an equal trade. It's at least better than losing dragon to the enemies, because this is an equal trade. Otherwise it would have been, yeah, would have been 1,000 gold for the enemies and you would have gotten nothing. Now at least you trade 1,000 gold for 1,000 gold. Well, 960 for 900, I guess. But yeah, you get the point. It's kind of equal. Anyhow, we're going to go back to bottom lane here. It seems that everyone is grouping up over in mid lane. And Quinn is coming over here now. Quinn is going to use that, yeah, nice. I wanted to say the vault to close the gap, and then she did it, so it seemed like kind of a waste of space. But I had nothing else to say. So going for this kill, obviously, and could actually make that, yeah, very easily. And this should work as well. The mark is on, and a very, very easy kill. Actually, a kill by Timo there. Okay. And of course we got killed. Yeah, that sucks, but that's the way it is. That's the way Garen works, man. Garen with 152 magic resist now. He's really afraid of Timo. And really, yeah, this is a little bit of overkill. 152 at, wow, he's 17 minutes in. Well, basically before his first item. And I don't even know what Kindle Gem builds into that has magic resist. So what the combination of that builds into. But I guess he's just building random crap for the moment. And building random crap, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not great, because when you finish an item you get, well, up to 250% damage boost from that item. The 250% damage boost is on the most OP item in the game, which is Infinity Edge. So you go from like 100 damage on the item to 250% damage on the item, or 250 damage on the item, and yeah, that is just an insane amount. And well, that's why you want to finish those items. You want to finish those items because, well, here you get 45 damage, for example, and then if you include the oh, you don't have it. If you include the pickaxe, then you get like 60 damage from it, I don't know. And then you have the critical strike of 18% or something like that, and that becomes a little bit of damage. But then if you combine everything, you get to 250% or 250 damage on critical strikes. You get extra critical strike damage and or extra attack damage and extra critical strike chance. And all in all, yeah, that's just an insane boost, and that's why you want to complete those items, because the separate items don't really do as much as the combined item. And yeah, well, we see that on every item. Every item that you can complete has some kind of power bonus. I mean, look at Sheen. It gives 200 mana, 25 ability power before, and then you get 200% damage on an attack every 2 seconds, which is huge. At least on some champions. And are we going to get out? No, stay with the turret. He's not going to get it, but at least his allies are going to pick it up. If you run back, so if you run out of range of the turret, first of all, Corki is not going to take turret damage, but also your teammates are not going to be able to pick up that kill, and you need to take care of that. So by the way, this is, as you might have noticed, an AD carry game with Quinn. If you have her as a jungler, feel free to send it, because I want to see a couple of strategies with her, just to see how she plays. So far she seems to die a lot, but she seems to have no problem farming or getting kills, because we are currently 5-5, so even though we died quite a few times, it doesn't mean that we're completely useless in the team, which we normally see with AD carries that get killed a lot. But 6-5 only on the enemy carry, so that's not really a big deal. And 115 minions to 101, so we are getting a little bit behind on minions, but yeah, hey, it's Corki, what can you do? Anyhow, the 6th kill for us as well, and might be a 7th kill here. Come on, Rammus! Rammus does not have the taunt up? What? I don't know what happened there. Anyhow, he is going to go back, probably going back to his jungle. No, probably going to recall, yeah. Because going back to your jungle would be for pros, and I'm not suspecting him to be a pro. Anyhow, Rammus is going back in. He is getting some damage on him, and he's going to get killed here, but yeah, well, he does save the Quinn. So I guess there's that. I don't know if Quinn would have escaped anyway, but oh. Yeah, Nidalee missed her thingy there. Her jump, and wow, a free kill there. Yeah, that was good. So I did not expect that to turn into a free kill, to be honest.